A first step tip for introducing Texas Hold'em players to Omaha in terms of playable starting hands is you want cards that work well together. This is an easy way to mainly get across that connectivity and nuttiness matters much more in this game type versus the 2 card variety. The trap that converts originally make is seeing 2 good Hold'em starting hands and then thinking that consequently makes automatically a good Omaha hand as well. Not at all the case. All the hands shown here are rainbow and have no suits for simplicity, but the King Queen 5-5 is a prime example of a terrible PLO starting hand that fits this description. Imagine King Queen suited specifically and a pocket pair. Seems promising, right? Wrong. Top pair with no backup in Omaha is basically worthless post flop, and bottom set is notorious for being one of, if not the most challenging hand to play. Another one is Ace King offsuit and 6-5 suited. Making top pair top kicker or a 6-high flush would not be enough to confidently call bets or make them yourself. Classic win a small pot or lose a big pot even when you do hit. As you move down in high card rankings, the less important suits are and the more important connectivity is as well. By this I mean with pocket aces, suits are key in determining the power of your rocket, while Broadway sidecards are secondary and wheel next. But when the pairs get lower, the surrounding cards are more crucial because the suit is no longer a nut one if you have 1 or even 2 to go along with your pocket pair. Single pairs, even over pairs on the flop, are usually not good enough to continue with without backup in terms of a draw to go along with it. The hand underneath, in the bottom left corner of the screen, I would consider the second step forward. You would go from crawling to walking if you trash the earlier hand in favor of this one. 10-9-9-8 has the potential to make many more straights or flop straight draws, which are more powerful with 4 cards than 2, because you can flop more than 8 card wraps outs versus open enders or double gutters. 10-9, 10-8, and 9-8 are all your combos to make straights with, so 3 total, versus King Queen being the one and only. Now I want to look at the hands on the right. These are classic Omaha specific gems where one can go from walking to running after one realizes their power and superiority versus the hands on the left. Subtle and very slight difference, but the equities I will show pre-flop are higher for the hands on the right versus the left against most ranges, and more importantly, their playability post-flop is much better as well. See here the matchups against a high pair. The unpaired hand is actually clearly the best if all in, while the connected pair trails in dead last. Now think in terms of playability and see the double pair and rundown as specialist, and the odd man out as not having a clear plan or goal. House, with a backup plan for a straight with the 8-8-7-7, versus straight and a backup plan for a house with the 10-9-8-7. The 10-9-9-8 type of hands I like to think of as having some potential, but no direction in life. Give me one of the other two, no question. The double pair has a much better equity distribution after flops because it smashes or whiffs more often. Not much in between. Polar versus linear. This means it can confidently play big pots when it has the goods, or fold right away cheap when it doesn't. Much easier to play because of this without many mediocre close situations. The best unpaired perfect rundown hand is an Omaha fan favorite also, and for good reason. It actually has 6 combos of 2 card holdings that can make a straight. 10-9, 10-8, 10-7, 9-8, 9-7, and 8-7. Way more big straight draws as well, an additional benefit versus the connected single pairs. If it flops a single pair of 10s, for example, the unpaired hand has 9 outs for 2 pair, while the inferior holding has only 3, with 2 additionally when a set is hit. This concept also works directly when one flops trips, 9 outs to boat up versus 5. These ideas work very well when applied correctly in a game heads up with the superior preflop made hand against a single villain with a high pair heavy range, and even more so multi-way. Nutted. Easier to play and can maneuver through situational spots profitably and more elegantly than the middling hand that has a little bit of everything going for it, but does not excel at any one specific thing. So for a basic summary, Omaha starting hand simplistic takeaway, I want you to remember this. You either want the highest pocket pair to start and enter the pot, a double pair, or a far card rundown, because those are much better suited to outdraw opponents, win big pots, and lose the minimum. Often, the pair actually ruins the starting hand. Number 1, high pairs. Number 2, nut suits. Number 3, double pairs. And number 4, rundowns. Those are where the gold is. Single connected pairs are fool's gold. And 2x2 hold'em hands are absolute doo-doo. Ditch 2-card poker thought processes. Think instead of cards that work together to start walking, then cards that complement each other to start sprinting.